right, 3, 2, 1. Yo, what's going on, Arkansas Razorback fans, SEC fans everywhere? Welcome. Welcome to the Pig Trail Network. Here's Super Chat is enabled. Dave Van Horn is here to watch over the live stream. The king himself. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope your week was great. I hope you had a great week today. Well, it was a good day. Mixed feelings in this ball game. Didn't really. It started off kind of. What the hell are we watching? Which is kind of normal. It's kind of normal for the first 4 or 5 innings for Arkansas baseball, but they woke up a little quicker than I thought they would. I didn't think they'd get the bats going until sixth inning. It kind of had those vibes. So, yeah, do me a favor, you guys, if you haven't already, tap the subscribe button. Check out all the links provided for you down below. Shout out to the Patreon supporters. Again, this has not been updated yet because Patreon has not gone through yet. So I obviously I don't really know who's gone through yet on Patreon. I won't know until I get the notification from Patreon. But that was the month of April. And I believe the month of May should go through. I thought it was going to go through today, but I think it goes through. It must go through over the weekend or early next week. So shout out to all you guys, all of you who joined the Patreon. I noticed we had some newcomers. We had some new folks in the Patreon. So you guys are rock stars. You know it. But thanks to you guys for coming through, for being here. Also, we know I know we want to get into baseball, but I haven't talked to you guys since the Brad Smith stuff. He's gone to LSU. Kennedy, who's going to take over as the offensive line coach, the former tight end coach. Some people think that they're going to go after DJ Williams to coach the tight ends. I have a hard time seeing that being the case because the guy has not coached. He has no experience coaching as far as I know. Someone else had mentioned Chris Gregg, but I think Gregg is still trying. Isn't he still in the NFL? Isn't he? He's a free agent, right? And he's not coached. That's not happening. That's not going to happen. I am bummed about Brad Smith taking a job elsewhere. I am. I get it. He's from that part of the country. He's from there. And you've had that happen twice now. Stepp, who went back to South Carolina. And now Brad Smith back to Louisiana. Is what it is. I just saw the notification for the stream. I didn't know there was a game today. Oh wow. Okay. You're not into baseball then. That's what I'm getting out of that. I eat cereal. Do me a favor if you guys would like the video, like the live stream, and share the content across social media. Share it. Come share thine content. All right. I'll give you guys a couple more minutes here. Let me make sure this is. Yeah. How'd you guys like Devin Topps? Did you catch that on Twitter? He's not going to close tonight. We might see him. We might see Devin Topps pitch. We might see him pitch possibly tomorrow. I don't know. They're going to need him. They're going to need him because what we saw today, the bullpen, just not the greatest. Okay, get that through Discord. There we go. All right, Discord is aware we are live. Okay, let me read your chat here really quick. Let me move on to chat here. Hey, brother, who Pig Suey again, right? Doug, I know. Don't know when it goes through, but I already billed for. Oh, hey, awesome. Thanks. I appreciate that, Doug. Do you think Pittman already knew Brad wanted to leave? That's why he hired a tight end coach. So I think what's interesting about what is this? How does Eat My Catfish compare to Catfish Hole? I don't know what that is. Why do I feel like that's a bot? Is that a bot in the KC Bandit? How does I've never heard of Eat My Catfish. I don't know what that is. Catfish Hole's great. That's oddly specific though for a bot to know about Catfish Hole, right? So maybe it's not. I've never had I've never had eat my catfish. I'm sorry. I'm not a big seafood guy or anything out of the water. I'm just not. I know that makes me weird. I'm supposed to love but I will say this, catfish hole, their catfish is, I can eat it. I like it. Of course, you go there for the hush puppies though, right? Do you think so? Let me answer the Pittman or the Brad Smith question really quick, really fast again before we get into baseball. I think that Pittman was smart enough to realize that, wait a minute, Brad Smith is a name. He has coached Power 5 football. He's coached in the SEC. We brought him here to Arkansas under my tutelage. USC's already come a calling, right? He's had some interesting offers along the way, even before he signed on at Missouri, I believe. I don't think he expected Brad Smith to be here beyond 2 years. The timing sucks. Again, you're talking about making a coaching change, a big one, a big position on the offensive line. You're having to make that change now in early August, or excuse me, jumping months here, early June. It's a blow, man. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's water under the bridge, whatever, we'll be fine. And sure, they probably will be. But it is, once again, like, how many coaches is that now that have moved on in under a year? How many coaches? How much of the staff have moved on in under a year? That's not a reflection of Sam Pittman. I think it's just a reflection of the situation at Arkansas and just kind of bad timing. South Carolina calls Step. Step goes back home. I think he even got a little bit of a raise. I think Brad Davis got a little bit of a raise at LSU as well, and he's going back home. It's just bad timing. Kennedy, who obviously coached under Sam Pittman at Georgia, if I remember correctly. I think he was there with him for a couple of years at least. I think he was always meant to be the next guy up. I really do. And that's why it's not, don't hit the panic mode, right? That's why I don't think anyone should be panicking. I don't think you should panic over any staff move, if I'm being honest. But then when you look at the amount of coaches that have moved along, it is a little it sucks, it's just kind of part of it, right? Not a bot, says Casey. Okay, my bad. I was watching a Razorback podcast earlier today and saw it was streaming from that location. Oh, I have no idea. I'm not even sure. I couldn't even tell you. Eat My Catfish is big in Little Rock. Okay, I've never eaten there. Again, I'm not, like I said, I don't eat anything out of the water, really. I used to love coconut fried shrimp, and I don't know what it is. As I've gotten older, I just can't eat it. So we'll eat at Red Lobster because my wife loves the what are they called? The Cheddar Bay biscuits or whatever. And she eats seafood. Who gets to start tomorrow? I don't know. So let's dive into the game. I honestly just wanted to rant more than anything here for a minute. Just kind of go on. Not like I'm angry. You're never angry about a loss or about a win, right? Had we lost, yeah, that would be a little different. But the bullpen today, outside of Kevin Kopps, I don't understand what the deal was. Now you have people like 92-1, The Ticket, Josh Bertuccini, his producer, Ruggs. I like Ruggs. He's pretty opinionated. He puts it all out there on Twitter. If you guys don't follow him, I think he's a quality follow. I really do. I like Ruggs. I think he's a good dude. But he had said that this was the result of the SEC tournament. This is what happens, when you play, what do you say, 4 games in 5 days or whatever. Look, that's his opinion. I don't know that I agree. You had an entire week. Right? I mean, you had plenty of time. You had, Friday all the way up until today to know what it is you're going up against. Was this a scenario where there's just no film, there's no footage of these guys, and they had no idea what they were preparing for? I don't know. I'm curious. Tonight, the first thing I'm going to do when it pops up is I want to listen to Dave Van Horn talk about the pitching. I want to hear him talk about the rotation. I want to hear about why they went through 7 pitchers tonight. Not a good way to start. As much as this is a win, in some ways, it's a little bit of air comes out of that balloon because You went through 7 pitchers, and not for good reasons. Sometimes you're going through those, like a midweek game when you're up 14-1 and you just want to try new guys out, right? That's a good scenario. That's a good scenario as to why you go through that many pitchers. That was not the case tonight. They were not on it. They just were not on it. Was it rust? Does this dive into what Phil talks about? Phil Elson, rust versus rest, where sometimes you need the rest, but the result is you get rust, and so it's kind of this thing. How do you juggle it? How does Dave Van Horn work with that through the week as you prepare for a team that you may have no footage of? You have no idea what you're about to go up against. I'm sure I'm sure the university. I'm sure that they sent Arkansas something. I don't know. I truly don't know what the deal was. Sometimes when you're not on, you're not on. It's just weird that nobody was on outside of Cops. Nobody. We struggled to get easy outs. Meanwhile, their starting pitcher, he had, what was it, something like, he had several, 2 different times, I think he had back-to-back pop-up one-pitch outs, right? Like, his pitch count was single digits going into the second inning, I believe. Whereas that wasn't the case for Caleb Bolden. He was up 30-plus pitches going in, or I think by the time he was pulled in the second inning, right? I believe he went through the second inning, or he pitched to the second inning and faced at least a batter, right? Or maybe it was 2. I don't know. It was bad. It was not good. And that just got things off. That's what I think it kind of it just didn't set the mood. It just didn't get things started. You didn't get you didn't get started off into the right direction in this game. And look, you can overcome bad starting pitching. Arkansas has done it time and time again. You can overcome a guy that can't pitch 3 innings. Middle relief comes in, does their thing. Look, you go back the last, 15 games? You've maybe had 1 game in that span of time where, your pitching from starter to closer was not very good. But, they've been really damn solid. And then, of course, you go into the SEC tournament. I thought the bullpen was amazing. We know what they're capable of doing against far better hitting ball clubs. You look at how well they dealt with Ole Miss and Tennessee and Georgia, who spiked there for a little while as far as a hitting ball club. Arkansas could sit these folks down, but I think the worst game you've given up throughout the month of May in terms of runs was LSU when you won that ball game on May 1st, 17-10. Now, that was a game that got moved around because of weather. I think it was a doubleheader that day, and you ended up losing the last game 5-4. But you go back, obviously I'm not looking at the hit count. I'm only looking at the run count. Maybe there are a couple other games where you gave up more hits. But, yeah, the pitching today, middle relief was a disaster. Ramage had a hard time there getting those final outs. It doesn't set things up. You're not set up in a great position. Now, look, only one seed. I think someone might fact check this. Only one seed has ever won the national title, has ever won the entire thing. So for people if Arkansas does get knocked out, yeah, you have every right to be pissed off if you can't get out of your own regional. Super regional is a little different, but if you can't get out of your own regional, you have every right to be pissed after the kind of year you just had. But this also goes back to what I said the last time we talked, the last time we were here. Postseason baseball is different. Postseason college baseball is different. That should tell you everything you need to know. It is so hard for 1 seeds to even, to win it all. It's not that easy. So you won the regular season. I think you're clearly the regular season champs. We know they're the regular season conference champs. We know that. And you were, in my opinion, considering the strength of schedule, considering what you did in non-conference, going down to Texas and spanking some ass down there, even though a couple of those games you relied on some really bad errors made by, I think, who was that, Texas Tech, who kind of got themselves, it was Texas Tech or TCU where they got themselves in trouble and racked up some errors, and Arkansas took advantage. But that just goes to their awareness and their high baseball IQ. Taking advantage of situations like that. But you knew at that point, this team's special. And then you go through this season where you play. I mean, Tennessee, my God, all year I think they were clearly a top 3 caliber team all year. I don't know that you look at Tennessee's resume outside of, I think their only other series loss, Vanderbilt, I believe. And Vanderbilt, top 5 caliber program, right? And you beat them. You beat everyone that was worth a damn in college baseball this year. You did. You won every series, and if you get knocked out in your own regional, and I would even argue your own super regional, like, I know it is so hard to get to Omaha. It is, but this kind of year is historic. You've got, like, at this point, and I was on a podcast. I was a guest, Texas Platinum or Platinum Texas. I apologize. I can't remember which one comes first. The Good Guys, and they run a good show over there. Even though they're Texas Longhorn guys, they ran a good show. But they talked about that. They were like, "Is it boom or bust? Like, is it win it all or bust?" I said, "Yeah, I think it's win it all. I really do." But you do have to take into consideration how difficult it truly is just to get to Omaha. Remember, we've only ever played for the national title twice. 79 when we lost to Cal State Fullerton, and then 18 when you lost to Oregon State. And I think Arkansas is a better ball club. I think they're better than Oregon State. Can't speak to Cal State Fullerton. I'm sure they had someone like a Bobby Torino. I don't know, like one of those classic baseball names. Guy goes on and he's a Major League Baseball rock star. Who knows? 1979, but. Arkansas is in a situation where it's like you had such a fantastic year. Anything else but a championship is going to be disappointing. It just is. And I will be, and especially if you don't make it to Omaha. Oh my gosh. I want to know how many 1 seeds have not, who've not made it to Omaha. That's what I'm curious. That's what has me chin stroking, if you will. Who gets to start tomorrow? Yeah, again, I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw Locke, but then again, God only knows, right? I was surprised that Connor Nolan was the next guy up. Did you guys? That's the first time where I'm pretty sure he was the first middle relief pitcher when you're talking about a night of multiple pitching changes from middle relief. I was a little surprised he was the first guy up, and I hate that he wasn't able to pitch a little better. I'm also going to say this, and I'm not blaming what happened on the home plate umpire, but did you guys see his strike zone shift? They started off where the high pitches were strikes, thigh high strikes as they call them, or even chest. Not thigh high, sorry, chest high strikes. They were calling some high strikes, this ump. And then all of a sudden it changed. Then it moved over to the outsides, to the outside of the plate, to the edge of the plate. Literally, it looked like an inch or two, maybe a solid 2-3 inches off the plate was getting called strikes. And then it kind of would move back a little. That's got to be tough. That's got to be tough as a pitcher. And if you notice Cops, who I've watched him pitch. I think I've watched nearly every pitch this year from him. I've not seen him try to hit high as much as he did today, and he looked like he was trying to throw highs. He looked like he was trying to throw chest high or head high. Is that a saying in baseball? I don't know. High head high. That sounds dirty. Oh, Lord. But I think even he was like trying to figure out this umpire's strike zone. Look, and I'm not saying that's why. I think what happened today was a combination of a lot of things, but I think a lot of it these guys were just off. It's just that simple. I think if Wick is probably going to be your guy if I had to guess. I think if Wick can give us a quality start tomorrow, then the pitching staff will be just fine this weekend. Maybe Wiggins takes over that third starter role next weekend. Who knows? Kelly Marie says, "Whew, that was scary." And it shouldn't be. 12 runs should be more than enough to put somebody away, but we've seen this a couple of times. We've seen this several times. We have this huge lead, and, the other team makes a solid little comeback there. I was sweating, but then again, my air was out too. Do me a favor. Slap the like button if you guys are listening to this. I know some of you probably have your earbuds in. You've got your phone probably sitting on a counter or something. That's what I do when I listen to YouTube and podcasts and live streams. Do me a favor, though. Run to your phone really quick and slap that like. Give me a like. It really helps things out here. I would really appreciate it. 79, I was 14. I wasn't born in 1979. I was born in 83. So, yeah. Catfish Hole is awesome. I go there every time I come to Fayetteville. Catfish Hole is fantastic. Pat Gazzola, sadly, rest in peace. He passed away a couple years ago. He was the founder and owner. His wife runs it now. If you guys ever go there, I mean, they're usually, it's always kids that work there, right? Like college kids, but they're always so nice to me anyways. I don't know. But make sure you tell them, hey, you guys are still awesome, and we miss Pat Gazzola. Kelly, how long did you stay in the shower? She was in the shower because she believes in these jinxes. Look, man, I'm gonna say this. I saw a lot of hushing of people today on Twitter because even when things were not so good, Hog fans were like, "We got this, whatever," and then you had other Hog fans chime in and be like, "Stop it! You're jinxing us." Shut the hell up with that. Yes, I am. I too am. I'm superstitious or little stitious in baseball. I am. If I let my dog out and all of a sudden we start getting hits, I let him back in and then I let him back out. Don't get me wrong. I am a little bit I do think it is a thing in baseball, even though I'm a little bit more grounded in reality. But there is something in the back of your mind that makes it real. But stop telling people to shut up or delete their tweets because they say something like, "Oh, we got the lead. Look at that." And then the next inning they give up a couple of hits or a run. Shh, you need to stop. You're the problem. Delete this tweet. Shut the hell up. Do you want Arkansas Twitter to exist and be what it is or not? Right? I get it when you've got a 1-run lead and you've got some jackass on Twitter who's like, "Yeah, we're awesome. Look at us," and shaking their ass or whatever. Okay, it's funny, it's silly. I still wouldn't tell that person to delete their tweet, but I get that. But I mean, hell, Arkansas Twitter posted something today, and you had people in chat like, "Shut the hell up." You shut the hell up and you delete your tweet, jackass. I don't understand that. Like, do you want Arkansas Twitter to do its thing or not? I mean, that's just what it is. It doesn't suit the superstitious stuff only matters to certain things, right? But someone posting something on Twitter like, "Oh, wow, we got a 2-run lead. Or a 5-run lead. I think we're going to be okay." And then someone replies with, "You're the problem." Get out. Get out. Stop. Let fans shake their ass on Twitter and let them be. That's what makes Arkansas Twitter so great. I get it. Sometimes it should apply, but like the government, we need a little bit less from time to time. I just went political and I wasn't trying to. We need a little bit less of these bossy delete this. Shut the hell up. I'll tweet whatever I want. It was 3-0. I got in the shower. Came back, and it was 3-2. Then I was told to go back in the shower. She was. The back and forth is what makes it fun. Let's see. We are going to defeat the curse, the number 1 curse, right? Well, I mean, someone has won it, so technically the curse has already been broken. Love your content. I appreciate that, Tim. You're a rock star. That's what Tim contributed to this channel. That helmet back there. We are going to defeat the curse. I already read that. I did tell the Arkansas Twitter to delete the Battles defense tweet. I am superstitious. I didn't see that. Well, I didn't see you do that. They tweet it and bam, he commits the error. Stitious. 1 and freaking 0, 9 wins left. Right? Will, I agree. I appreciate the super chat. I didn't see you tweet that, Will. I follow you on Twitter. I didn't see that, and I wasn't talking to you. But sometimes the back and forth is fun. But I mean, I had what's his name? Is it Uncle Roy? What's the guy's name? He's got he looks like he's 50, maybe in his 60s. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but he looks like he's in his 60s. He tweets like someone. He kind of tweets like a boomer, and so do I. I mean, I'm pushing 40. I'm a boomer. But he tweeted at me. He blamed me because Arkansas fell behind, and it was all fun, right? But you have people that go too far. They want to completely, they want to. I don't know. They get so superstitious. They're more than a little stitious. They're a lot stitious. And they want to like control what people are saying on Twitter because of things that are said. Relax, right? What a beat, Ty. What's going on, Thomas Nunley? How do you do it? How do you do? Way to go, Tim, for the helmet. Yeah, isn't that helmet nice, man? I told those guys on the Texas show that I was on was that last night or day before? They had a helmet video, and there's 3 of these guys, right? Really good guys. Really, I mean, honestly, they are. Go check their content out. And I posted the link in Discord, but that was like yesterday, so good luck finding it. But they did an alternate jersey, like the top jerseys, and I was like, you guys left off the sexiest looking chrome helmet off your list, and it's a little embarrassing, fellas. Come on. You realize Uncle Sammy heard your rant. He's a watch. It's all fun, man. I mean, it really is. But when you get to the point where like people are trying, when they call everything a jinx, then eventually you just have to no one can say anything, right? It kind of goes back to, and I'm not trying to say people are canceling other people on Twitter, but it kind of goes back to that a little bit, right? Like you're controlling, you want to not the narrative, but you want to kind of control what's going on Twitter because of a jinx or because of the superstitious stuff. And I do think it has its place in baseball. I do. Cardinal fan here. I am the type of guy, if I'm watching the Cardinals, I turn it on and they give up a homer. As soon as I turn the game on, guess what I do? I turn the game off. That's what I do. I'll do the same thing with the Razorbacks unless, well, I mean, not now because I'm covering them. I can't, but I'm covering the postseason stuff here on the channel. I get it. It has its place. But stop telling people that they can't say things because of some bullshit jinx. Like, come on. It's fun. It's fun. And then there's the playful, and you can't read sarcasm online. That's what kind of sucks. Nah, you're a millennial. Okay, hey, whatever. I guess I've been told I'm a zillennial, and then someone else said I was Generation X. I'm not Gen X. I'm too young to be Gen X. The Bats finally woke up. What was it, 4th or 5th inning? It was about the 4th inning. Geriatric millennial. You guys are too much. We scored 2 in the 3rd. The home runs, what was it? They ended up with, 5 homers tonight? Again, I'll say what I said earlier. They still got arms left in the bullpen. I wonder now, because they didn't keep Cops. Dave Van Horn didn't keep Cops out there too long. A legitimate question probably could have been, should they have left him in there a little longer? And I would say no. You felt like the bats were awake. They were swinging, making contact with the ball. You felt pretty good about what was going on the offensive end. I think you put him in there at the right time. I don't know what it is. This guy takes the mound, and all of a sudden we wake up on both ends. All of a sudden, defense. You saw that error earlier. Did they chalk that up as an error on oh my gosh, I'm brain farting on who was the infielder that made the mistake that the ball went right underneath his glove? Oh my God. This tells you how tired I am. This is what I get for staying up late and getting up kind of early. That's going to drive me. Battles. Oh, my God. Battles. But if you notice, defense wasn't playing so great. And I know later on in the game they did, but that was after Cops, right? But Cops comes in. I'm talking about the errors they made in outfield. I think there were a couple of times in outfield where they couldn't make a play on a ball or something. But anyways, Cops comes in, and the mistakes just disappeared. They started playing better. The bats woke up. Obviously, the fans got into the game. I hope that's not something they're going to have to rely on the rest of this postseason. If you rely only on Cops to come in and get you and bail you out time and time again, I get the guy has 10 saves, 10 wins. I get it. But like this is big boy time. Like you're gonna have to stay in there more than 2 innings as a starting pitcher. We're gonna need some of that magic. We're gonna need Lockhart to go another 7 innings. 7. What did he pitch? Was it 7.5 innings or whatever it was? We're gonna need that effort out of the bullpen. We're gonna need guys to come out onto the mound, take command, and get those easy outs like we've seen them do time and time again this year, especially in the second half of the year when the bullpen really got things. It felt like they got things figured out. Dave Van Horn had kind of figured out a little bit of a rotation there. Of course, he gets the matchups, right? Need to get back to that. Need to play sound baseball, and it starts with what your pitcher's doing on that mound. But if it becomes a situation where you're relying only on cops to bail you out, Arkansas will exit early. That's my opinion. That's not a fact, obviously, but it only makes it that much more difficult when you're relying on a closer to come in and pitch middle relief and kind of bail you out and get the energy up on both sides, on infield, outfield defense, and at the plate. That's a problem. And you really, really need to have your bullpen ready to go. Fortunately, they're going to play. I think they end up playing Nebraska, but who knows? And if that's the case, I kind of like their matchups with Nebraska. As I was doing a little bit of reading on Nebraska, not a lot, but I did a little bit. It sounds like there could be an interesting matchup there between what they offer and what the Hogs do. Arkansas's ability, though, and what's great. These guys wanted to play small ball and kind of took that away from Arkansas a little bit. And what did Arkansas do? They went yard, man. Their bats, they were swinging for the fences and they were knocking them out of the ballpark. It was so nice to see that response. Again, earlier than I thought they would. I didn't think the bats would come alive until the 5th, 6th, 7th inning. And instead it was, the 3rd, 4th inning when things got going. If they hit like that, if you're getting, 10, 11 hits, you're bringing in 10, 11, 12 runs a game, yeah, they're going to be really, really hard to beat at Baum Stadium. They're going to be really hard to beat. That by itself is enough, right, to carry you because, good Lord, that the crowd at Baum Stadium was absolutely incredible. That's the Texas video. Oh, thank you so much, Kelly Marie. Is that the Texas? Is that the interview that I was on? Shortest outing by Bolden doesn't ever help the bullpen no matter what team we're playing. No, it doesn't. I agree. Cops had like 20 pitches. He's good to go for 2 more games. Yeah, I was going to say it was at least under 30, 25, 30 pitches. Did Bolden even make it through the second today? No, I think he was pulled in the second inning, if I remember correctly. There's a video of the basketball team celebrating in the hog pen. I haven't seen that yet. The whole men's basketball team was there. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, what a recruiting weekend, huh? That's the advantage of hosting. No, not the Texas interview, just the Discord link. Okay. Oh, was it the Discord link? It was a Discord link. Okay. We don't have a ton of postseason experience either. We don't? Donnelly, they've made the College World Series back-to-back years. Granted, they didn't last year because of COVID. Got to remember, Ramage was on this staff, or was on this in the bullpen when Arkansas played in the College World Series. They're fine. They're going to be okay. A lot of teams though are probably going to have that turnover too, where a lot of kids haven't played postseason. I think they're in pretty good shape, like in terms of experience in postseason play. I posted the Texas video link. Oh, did you? Did it let you post the link? Or did you post it in Discord? I don't know. Ramage was actually decent in 2018-19. He was. I'd be more worried if bullpen continues to struggle. It was just one game. It's just one game. Maybe this is just a fluke. It's kind of hard to see the entire bullpen outside of Cops play like that and look at it as a fluke. I hope it's not a sign of more things to come, but like I've said before, I think the quality depth, as we love to say here on the PTN, or as I love to say here, is really high coming out of the bullpen. Their quality depth in that bullpen is high, even though they haven't all pitched their greatest games on the year, and you look back, and I still think the ceiling is really high for some of these kids. And you still have Cops, right? You still have Cops to lean on, but that can't be the case. You can't rely on him every game. You're correct. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I agree. I think they're still in good shape. Move on. You're in the winners bracket and play the winner of the game tonight. Guys and gals, it's only one game of the regional. It is. Indeed, it is. But that doesn't mean we should look at it with rose-colored glasses either, though, Alex. Like, we need to look at it and say, here's what this was a problem. Let's hope it doesn't continue, and take it for what it is. Hopefully, again, it wasn't a sign of things to come. Hopefully, they'll be okay. I think they'll be all right. Nebraska uses their ace tonight. Oh, they do. Okay, we will either tee off. We will tee off either team we face. Yeah. Yeah, well, it may not let you post here. I think the only person that can post a link is Kelly because she's a mod. I may have my settings to where only, and I haven't messed with them in years, but we just came off a hard week at Hoover. That's a good point, too. It takes a lot to win the SEC championship, and there's a reason we started Bolden today. Dave Van Horn is a very calculated individual. I've learned a long time ago not to doubt Dave Van Horn, despite maybe putting a freshman in the ninth and gave up a heartbreaking loss. Outside of that, I still don't know. We won't even talk about that. But that was really the only time this year where I was like, wait, did my faith in Dave Van Horn just get a little cracked? No, of course not. Because guess what? We ended up winning the series. I couldn't post a link before I was mod. Okay, yeah, so it's because you're a mod. That's why. Yeah, well, I had that set up a while back when I first started live streaming because I was getting spam in my live chats and stuff. If you want, post it in Discord and we'll post it in here. Thomas Nunley, thanks for the super chat, Thomas. That's awesome. It's the postseason. Very true. Regardless of what the stats are, who's playing, whoever is playing, they earned a spot there. It was a ball game. It was a ball game, and we got the W. Yeah, I agree. They're here for a reason. You're not playing against a cupcake. Like, this team was good enough to make the Fayetteville Regional. I agree. Ahead of you, bro. Oh, okay. All right. Well, my bad, Will. Sometimes you got it, and sometimes you don't. That is also true. I want to see this video. I want to see what y'all are linking. What is this? Let me I'll share my screen. Let's see what this is. I've got all these links up. Oh, it says something went wrong. Uh-oh. Is it still streaming? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Did I mess up my stream? Can you guys still see me? Yeah. There it goes. That's weird. I clicked the link and it took me out of my own. I figured it would open up a whole new page. Okay. I won't do that again. Lesson learned. All right. Do me a favor. Let's get some more likes on the video. That'd be great. I would really appreciate it. Now, if we are having the conversation on Sunday after... Oh, it's the Texas interview. Okay. All right. My bad. I wasn't really sure. If we're having this conversation on Sunday after we're waiting for the next team or for the Super Regional, then I will be very concerned about our changes. Yeah. Yep. No, I agree. I do agree. Like I said, one game doesn't define what you've done this year, and it doesn't define what you're going to do for the rest of the year. You've got 2 seasons. You've got regular season baseball, and then you have postseason baseball. And look, Arkansas went undefeated in the tournament, right, in the SEC tournament. And so far, their postseason's actually been pretty good. But when you talk about tonight, middle relief wasn't so great. Ramage struggled there a little bit in the end, but they found a way to get the dub. So, basketball team. I'm not clicking any more links. I've learned my lesson there. It took me right out of my own page. All right, that is going to do it. Again, to the Patreon supporters, let me pull that up one more time. PT and Patreon supporters. Now, this again was in April. I haven't gotten the May list yet, but I will have that updated for you. Tyler Edmonson, Anthony White, Timothy Whiseant, George Rector, Randall Hunt, Kelly Marie, John Goodman, Mathew Hestand, Doug Stubbs, Jenna Mayes, Justin Kipper, John Hawes, and Mark Dodson. Shout out to all you guys. I appreciate you. again, that was that was April. So, and hopefully, check my email. I figured it would have gone through today. Figured nope, still hadn't gone through. I haven't checked it in a little bit on I get an email, and that's when it tells you it's been sent over to your PayPal. All right, see you tomorrow night. I will be here live for the post game tomorrow. I'll be here, just like basketball, postseason basketball. I'll be here. The plan is to go live after every one of these games. So I will see you guys tomorrow. So will Dave Van Horn with his crown. He'll be here. He'll be here with me tomorrow. Should I make him smaller, or should he just take up the whole screen? Should he just take up the whole? Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. That's intimidating. If that doesn't intimidate you even just a little bit, it should. I mean, that is intimidating. All right. I'll pitch better tomorrow. I promise, Dave. DVH. Woo pig. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Go Hawks.